Hi everyone, this is Grace of GB Maltese, and I am here as I'm a part of a collab that Terry of Yarn Joy podcast got together. She asked several of us me and some other YouTubers to be a part of this collab, and I want to thank you, Terry, for asking me to do this. It was so much fun, and I have so enjoyed watching everyone else's. There's still some that are going to be posting theirs. These are the people that are going to be doing this. Terry of Yarn Joy podcast, Petra of the Sosa family, Angelia of the Little Xenia Patch, Seta of Seta's Place, Margaret of Margaret Olander, Ella of No Catchy Name Crochet, Sonia of Sonia Jones Crafty Life, and Debbie, who is Debbie and then the letter Y after space. I'm going to link all of those channels below. Please go check them out. They have some great content. Subscribe, like their videos. I think you'll really enjoy what they have to offer. So let's get started. I'll show you some of the things that I use that I have repurposed to use in other ways besides their intended purpose, I guess you'd say. Some are just storage, and we all need more storage, right? Find different ways to store things. One of the things that I do, I taught school for many years, and I had a lot of binders and things left over, and I have put index tabs in here, and I have put, for example, this first one is amigurumi, and I have put patterns in here. I put them in sleeve protectors to keep them from getting messed up. And so I have all my amigurumi patterns that I am interested in here. Then I'll have blankets, things for baby. So when I go to look for a pattern, I just grab one of my binders. So I have this one and I have this one. And they're both pretty full. I have more binders to fill up. So if you have kids, they have extra binders, I just get the cheap ones. If you're out shopping for school supplies or at the end of the school year, if their binder is not too messed up, you could use it for patterns. While I have the patterns in those page protectors, when I am going to actively be using one of those patterns, I put them in a report cover. This way I can turn the pages very easily to where I want to go, and I can fold them back just like this and read the pattern. So I like these report covers, and I just have these two stuck. Oops. In the front of the binder there's a little pocket. I love things that have pockets in it. I just put them in there when I'm not using it right away. So that's one thing I do with my patterns that I have run off. Some of them are free, some of them are pay-for patterns, but I like to have paper patterns to look at. Now, another craft that I enjoy doing is diamond painting. And I know several of you out there do diamond painting. You crochet, you knit, you do kind of cross stitch, you name it. There are all kinds of crafts out there. But this is one thing that I have. This basket belonged to my mother. I do not know where she got it. My mother is no longer living, neither my mom or dad, so I have inherited some things that I put to use. What I have done is I have the picture of the painting I'm going to use in here, so I know which one it is, and I have these plastic baggies. They're ready to go. They're labeled and ready for me to do that diamond painting, and I'll show you how I store those in just a few minutes, how I store the canvases. Then, since this box is so big and they were sliding around, this was another item that was my mother's. I'm not sure she received flowers in this, but this was a gifted item that had some things in it, and I have it in my basket. And what I do is I have several drill pins in there. I have wax. I have trays. I have another large tray here. And I keep it here, and it keeps these from sliding around also. So I will load up several of these drill pins, have tweezers, and that way when I run out of wax in one, I just pick up another drill pin and keep on going. Grab another one. I'll just put the pencil grip. Pencil grips are fantastic on these. I found this with the 3 sides is the best. So, that's another use I have found for things I have around the house. My mother also had this. Not sure what was in this before. And I have some crochet hooks in here. So, you can find so many pretty things. Sometimes you get gifts of flowers or whatever. And you can use these for other purposes than just what it was gifted for. Other things I love are boxes. Pretty boxes. Because when I get a gift, many times they come in a very pretty box. A very good friend sent me a gift that was in this box, and I'm repurposing it for some of my crafts. I have different things in here. I even have a glove where my hand hurts. So, they stack up very nicely. Keep your things from getting dirty. I have another one here. This one has some diamond painting things in it. So you can put any types of crafts in these types of boxes. Another type of box that I did purchase these. I got them 50% off at Michael's. There were 3 in the bundle, and they stack on top of each other. They'll even go inside each other. Inside this, at one time in my crafting career, I used to do t-shirts with crystals on them. I used the Swarovski crystals, so they'd be very shiny. I have put those materials in here. Another item that's in here that I use are medicine bottles. And I will label them for what's inside. These all have crystals, and they're all together. This one I didn't label because it's a different color. I already know the size. When I get the crystal Aurora Borealis or plain crystals, then I have to label it with the size. Because a lot of the times I just got 12 millimeter sizes. So, medicine bottles, all shapes and sizes. Just take that off. You can put labels on there, whatever. They're great. And then I love these plastic boxes that you can buy at Walmart, the Dollar Tree, wherever. These are great. They hold anything. And I just put it back inside this pretty box. Nobody knows what's inside there but me. And I have some more stacked up over here that I'll show you when I show you the rest of my room. I'm doing the face-to-face part first of things that I want to show you. Okay, this is back to some more diamond painting things. I have several kits. Sometimes it's addicting like yarn. I don't know my yarn addiction. Well, you hadn't seen it all yet, but you're going to see some of it in a few minutes. I bought a garbage can. I think it was like $4. I bought 2 of them so they'd be matching here in my craft room. One of them is for a garbage can, and I have it right under this table when I want to throw things away. This one, I have put my drills that are waiting to be used. They are labeled by the painting. Some don't come with a picture, so I write what it is on there. And I also have that same label on the canvas. As you can see, it's pretty full. So when I'm ready to do one, I just pick up my garbage can here, and then they're very easy to just put back in there. they're safe and sound and all in one place. Could you use this for something else? You sure could. You could put yarn in here. This would keep yarn from rolling around if you wanted a deeper project type of container. It can be used for all sorts of things. Another thing that I love, you saw one of my baskets. The basket I'm going to show you next is also one of my mother's. She had received, I believe, bath products in this. And what I have done is a very big, beautiful basket. I have put, I just hand wound yarn balls, and I think they look very pretty. And I've repurposed this basket instead of saying, oh, Lord of mercy, what am I going to do with that big old basket? Because sometimes you get gifts and they come in containers and you're like, what am I going to use that for? You can repurpose it for other things. Now this is something else that I like to buy these at the Dollar Tree. They're only $1. And they are of very sturdy material. They are garbage, they're grocery bags. Sometimes I will put gifts in here. And instead of buying a gift bag, I'll give one of these, and they can reuse this over and over without it tearing. And the people that I've sent them to really enjoyed them. Not expensive, but I also use these to put a project in. Or I may throw a project bag in there and just have it to carry in this. It's nice and sturdy, and I could put Velcro or something to help to close it, but it's pretty waterproof. I also have another grocery bag that I have purchased that is completely waterproof and has a zipper on it, and I have it, I believe I put it in my closet. But grocery bags can be used for crafting purposes or gifting purposes. Like I said, the people I have given things to, they were like, what a great idea, and they'll be able to use it for something else. I believe I've shown you everything that I want to show you sitting down. I'm going to now have to pick you up and carry you around so you can see things that I have repurposed to use in my craft room. So I will say bye face to face right now, but then I'll show you some other things. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, here are some things I want to show you. I received that beautiful box as a box for the gift that I was gifted from a friend of mine, and it has different craft supplies in there, and it looks beautiful. I also have another basket that we use for something else, and I have more balls of yarn put in there. These, of course, were put up by my husband. And on my couch, I'm using my couch kind of as a place to store those yarn balls. And what I have done, since there's a space between the couch and the wall, just a little bit, I use the Burnout baby blanket yarn to fill in that space, and I'm able to stuff those on top of it. So that's how those are staying up there, if you ever wondered. Now this is how I have my boxes that I was telling you about. I have them on a chair, and they're stacked just like that. You just saw them just a minute ago. This table that I use, you can see my stand on there, it's where I usually record. This was a kitchen table that my mom and dad had, just a little tiny, like for a nook area, and I use that to craft on and to do my videos and things on. So that's been repurposed. That chair was a desk chair that I had for a computer desk that I no longer use. I use a laptop now. Now, I don't want to get you dizzy, so I'm going to just scan around slowly till I get to these over here. Now, many of you already do this. Instead of buying those blocking pads, you use the pads that are toy blocks. You get a whole bunch of them. They stick together, and they're just made for kids. think it covers like 30 square feet or something. Very large. The next item I have, this was a magazine rack that belonged to my mother. Let's see if I can get around where you can see it a little better. And I have some cakes on here too. Right here, I am making a blanket using some granny squares that I've talked about before. And I have the yarn that I'm going to use, the mandalas that I'm using for that. And I also have several of that color that I want to do a blanket in. Just haven't got around. It's so hot, I haven't felt much like working on a blanket. Okay, moving around to the door. Okay, you probably recognize what this is. This is a shoe organizer. And each one of these will hold a large I Love This Yarn or Super Savers. In fact, I got 2 of the stripes in one. Over here, this is a State Fair of Texas bag, and inside there, I have it hanging from a little hook. They're little plastic hooks that I bought at the dollar store. You get several for $1, and I have some finished items in there. The next things I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to try to step back without falling over. Several of these things here, my dad was a CPA, and when he retired, he had always loved rocks and anything to do with gemstones and rocks, so he actually opened up a rock and gem shop. When they closed the shop down, I actually reused some of the items. These are glass cubes. I have yarn, as you can see here. Then I have things that I used to do when I was doing adult coloring. I have several books still, and there's some more of those. And I also have things that I use for diamond painting. So this was free of charge for me, and I always use lots of these plastic storage, and as you see, I put the binders back on top of where I keep them. I love these. They work very well. Then my mom had this. It still has lots of her beading things. She used to like to do beading and things in there. Okay, this is another basket that I repurposed, and I have scissors and other sharp objects in there. Right here, I have a clear plastic container. I've got some glue and things in there. And what I did, I just took a picture. This was an old picture of me and my husband and my daughter. And that decorated it because it's clear. Then I have this right here, back in here. This is just one of those Ziploc things that you get a few for just a small amount. And I have paint brushes and things in there because I used to do some painting and things. That's my daughter when she was little. So I have that I keep there. Keeps everything nice and safe. And here's another cube. And I keep the cards and things that friends send me, and I put them in different places in my craft room. This white bucket that you see right there came out of a refrigerator. I was not going to use it because I needed more space for something else, so I took it out and I used it for some storage of some items that are in there. And as you can see, this is holding my adult coloring books, and another plastic container holding some items. And then I have my boxes stacked there, so you can see how that all looks. This desk also came from that shop. This chair, I've got to tell you about the chair. My mom was widowed when she was very young. She had a son, little one, and she was pregnant, and she went to beauty school, put herself through beauty school, and opened up a beauty shop in her garage. This was one of the chairs she had under the dryer. I could never part with that. It's very comfortable also. Now, this is the closet. Okay, it's a long closet, and I have other stuff in front of it, as you can see. I use little tiny clips that I put my beautiful cards. I can look at these on here. I have all types of cards. That's not storage or anything, but it is kind of repurposing for me to decorate with. I have another up here. I have some more of those hangers, as you can see, and on these I have looms hanging off of it. I also have storage bags or project bags. Some of them have something in them, some of them don't. Some are just for decoration or to be used later. And then there's those back there behind what I'm going to show you next. This next item, I used to do some craft shows when I was doing my shirts, and I bought this rack, clothes rack. I couldn't tell you how much it was because that was a long time ago. And as you can see, I am hanging other things from this. I use these pant and skirt type things to hang my canvases that I want to work on next. I just look at the picture on there, and some of them have the label. I also have a couple hung here that I have finished. I just need to frame them. So they're hanging here waiting for that. But this will keep them nice and safe. Now next to that, these are hanging off of that clothes rack, as you can see. And it will hold quite a bit of yarn, as you can see. I stuffed lots of yarn down in there. So this was another item that people put sweaters or clothes or whatever you want to. All I saw was yarn when I saw it. Yarn! More yarn storage. So that was what I used there, and you can put things on top, finished items or whatever. So if you, as you look, kind of pan around, you can see how those things look. Now I'm going to open the closet so you can see what's inside there. Okay, the closet doors have been opened, and as you pan, I pan you around. What do you see? This is a shoe storage, and what I love about this is when you turn it around, you can put more yarn. Yes, all of these I have are stuffed with yarn. And I have them turned this way just in case my husband decides to open the closet. He's like, oh, well, she doesn't have too much. I'm just like, don't turn it around. I believe I bought these at Walmart, and then I got some off of Amazon because Walmart ran out. And this one I got from the dollar store, general dollar store, I think. It doesn't hold as much, and it kind of drags down. It holds some, but I needed heftier storage. Yes, there's another one back there. And I'm not going to turn it around. We're here to look to see what I'm using for storage. Okay, another plastic container. I love those things. They hold so much. I can put so many things in there. And yes, if you look over here, and yes, there is yarn in those pockets. There's another one here, and there's also another one back there. And I'm not going to turn them around. But I can tell you they are full of yarn. And I have other things just stuffed up here at the top. I have project bags up here. I use some of these project bags, of course, for my yarny things, but I also use them for face sheet masks and other types of things because I can just grab it and go. Project bags are great for any and everything. I just have things just stuck up there. I have a few more loom things back there. Not really anything that is being used for storage of some other type. And in that sewing basket, I also have some yarn and supplies to use to make twiddle muffs. So you can use your bags for just about anything you want. So this pretty much covers everything, I think, that I wanted to tell you about what I use to store things in. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I do hope you will go check out the others that I'm going to list down below. You guys have a blessed day. Take care. Enjoy crafting. Bye.